Good morning, dear students. How are you all? We are meeting after quite some time. Now, you know that we have already finished our chapter 2, the explanation and the question answers as well. So today we are going to start with chapter 3, that is our nervous system. So, what are the things? What is nervous system? What are the things that we are going to learn in this chapter? Let us get to know that first. So, first of all, we are going to learn about the parts of the nervous system. Which are the organs in our body that make us the nervous system? The working of the nervous system. Now, what is the work of the nervous system? All this time we were talking about respiratory system, it was respiration. We were talking about muscular system, it was movement of the body. But what is the work of nervous system? We do not get any idea from the name itself, right? But as we move on with the chapter, you will get to know what nervous system is and how it works, how it controls our body, or which are the functions of the body that it controls. Then we are going to know the role of our sense organs. Now children, you already know that we are having 5 sense organs, right? We are having 5 sense organs. What are those 5 sense organs? First of all, our eyes. We are having our eyes. Then we have our nose. We have our ears. We have our tongue. And the 5th, we have our skin, right? We have our skin. And these sense organs are a part of the nervous system, children. And we are also going to learn about what? We are going to learn about how the brain works with closed eyes. Now you see children, even when you sleep, maybe when you're sleeping or someone, yes, maybe you're just taking a nap and suddenly the light of your room is switched on. Don't you know that? Most of the time, yes. Sometimes, no. Right? So, how does that happen? How do we get to know even when we are sleeping? Through our nervous system. Now, if somebody, let's say we are sleeping and let's say your mother comes and tries to wake you up, but you are sleeping. She does not call you, she does not make any sound, but she just touches you and pats you. Even then you get to know, na? Even then you wake up. If somebody touches you, you simply just wake up. You get to know that somebody touched me. Why is that? That is also because of the nervous system. Okay. Then sometimes, let's say, when you just enter, now obviously for a few months you are at home, but before that when you were going to school, what was happening? Like someday you come back from school and you open the door and instantly you know what is being cooked today, what your mother has cooked today. Yes, through the smell of it, right? All these things are what? All these things are due to the nervous system. So first let us know what is the work of the nervous system. Now you see, sorry, you see children, the nervous system, before we move on to the nervous system, we know that our body has many functions, right? We walk, we talk, we listen, we smell, we see, we think, all these things. Who controls this? The nervous system controls this. So, our body has an organ system which controls all the body functions. And that system is what? That system is the nervous system. Okay, so the nervous system controls all the body functions of our body, be it thinking, seeing, smelling, hearing, tasting, all these kind of things, all the functions that are done by our body. Even when we move, now that I'm moving my lips to talk, when we walk, when we see the TV, when we are watching something, when we are eating, everything is controlled by whom? It is controlled by the nervous system. Now supposedly your let's say that you have touched something hot. Okay, maybe your mother just told you that bring me a glass of water, and there a vessel was kept and you did not know the vessel was having some water. Your mother told you, bring me some warm water, I have already kept it there. And you saw the vessel is already there, the water is also there, and without knowing, you could not assess that the vessel would be that warm, that hot. You just touch it. So as soon as you touch it, what will happen? You immediately take back your hand. Yes, as soon as we feel the heat, we immediately take back our hand. Now why is that? That is because of our nervous system. Our nervous system tells the muscles of our hand that it is hot, you're feeling hot, you will get injured, take it back. So we immediately remove our hand, and then what do? We use maybe we are using some cloth or some other accessory to hold the vessel and get the water, right? So this is what is nervous system. Nervous system controls all the body functions of our body. Okay. Now let us just know what are the organs which are present in the nervous system. Now in the nervous system, we are having the brain, we are having the spinal cord, and we are having the nerves. Now brain tells, now we all know that brain is the CPU of our body, right? Brain is the CPU of our body. Now brain tells us when we need to walk. The brain tells us to walk. The brain tells us to eat. Now supposedly we have food in front of us, we need to eat. Who tells us to eat? It is the brain who tells us to eat. Okay, so these are the three organs which make up the nervous system: the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. So you know where the brain is. The brain is inside our head. The spinal cord is at our back, which is also known as the backbone, and the nerves are small cells. The nerves are the cells, okay, present in the body, which carry the information from the brain to the body, from the body to the brain. We will get into more details afterwards. Now this is just what I told. The brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves together form the human nervous system. Now the brain is located inside the head. Now when you touch your head, children, just touch your head. Can you feel it hard? Yes. When you do it, does it make sound? Yes, it does. So that is very hard. What is that? Is that the brain? No, that is not the brain. That is the skull. The brain is actually a soft jelly-like substance. Okay. So what happens? The skull outside protects the brain inside. The brain is inside and we have the skull outside. Okay. The skull protects the brain from any kind of injury. Now sometimes what happens? Most of the times if we get hurt on our head, we see that we find for if there is any crack or something, right? But what would happen if the brain would not, if the head would not be there, if the skull would not be there? Supposedly we fall and we hit our head. Instead of the head, our brain would be hit directly. And since it is a jelly-like substance, it would go all like this. But since we are having the skull outside it, so even when we get hurt, it is only the head that is getting hurt and the brain remains intact. The brain remains absolutely intact. Okay. Now the brain manages the entire body, right from the head to the toe, to the fingers of our leg. Right from head to toe, everything that is happening in our body is controlled by whom? Is controlled by the brain, the small brain that we have. And do you know how much? And it is managing adults of 50-60 kgs and even infants. But how do you know how much the brain weighs? The weight of the brain is only 1.5 kg. This much thing. It is just this much of the thing inside. but it is so powerful that it can manage the whole of us. Now children, many times you have headache, na? You have headache, na? Do you feel like doing anything that time? Who tells you that you are having the headache? The brain tells you that you are having headache. Now when you're going through the online classes many times, and also not the online classes are not the only thing that you do. You also play games, right? So what do you do? After some time, your eyes start to stress out. You feel like you're not able to, you're seeing blur, and your head also feels a bit of a pain. Why? The brain tells no. The brain tells you, I need rest. I cannot see the screen anymore. So you need to switch off the screen and sit alone for some time, closing your eyes. Many times when you have headache, what do you want to do? You only want to go and lie down and sleep, right? That is when our brain needs some rest. When we keep on working, when we make it work for continuously, then what happens? Just like the muscles, the brain also gets stressed out. Anyway, it is working 24/7. Even when we are sleeping, the brain is working. Yes or no? So sometimes it tells, wait, go slow. Let me work a bit slow. Let me rest for some time. Then again it starts working with full speed. Okay, next we are having the spinal cord. Now what is the spinal cord? The spinal cord is a long and thin pipe that is present at our back. It starts, if you put your head at the back of your neck, you will see a small depression. You will see a small, let's say, you will feel the muscle and your hand easily goes inside, right? You are able to press it. Then from there, if you start moving down, then a point will come where you are not able to press. And if you try to press, what will happen? If you try to press, you get hurt. Start getting hurt. So this is where your spinal cord starts. This is where your spinal cord starts. And the spinal cord is what? The spinal cord starts from the lower part of the brain. The spinal cord starts from the lower part of the brain, and it looks like a long tail. It continues from here till our hip bone, till our hips. It is continuously. If you start to feel it, you will see that it continues. The hard substance, the hard line continues till the hip. So it is a long tail. It looks like a long tail. If you just see the brain and the spinal cord, it will look like the brain is having a tail. It is a stiff tail to the hip. Okay, and from the spinal cord, the nerves branches out. From the spinal cord, the nerves branches out. Just like we draw trees, na, from where the branches come out. So the spinal cord is the tree trunk, and the nerves are the tree branches. Okay. Now, what is the backbone? The spinal cord is also known as the backbone. The spinal cord is also known as the backbone. Now, let's know a bit about the nerves. Now, what are nerves? Nerves are like wires. In my next class, I will draw for you a nerve cell. Okay. And I will show you the picture. I will show you the diagram of a nerve cell and how it works. Okay. I'll go to that. So, they are spread the nerves are spread. They start branching from the spinal cord, and they are spread in the entire body like a spider's web. And they are in contact, like in the spider's web thing only, they are in contact with all the parts of the body. And they become a connecting link between the other parts of the body and the spinal cord and to the brain. So the nerves, what do? The nerves connect the brain and the spinal cord to all the parts of the body. Okay. So children, I hope this much is clear to you. What are the organs that are present in the nervous system? The organs are the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. Okay. The brain is present inside the head, inside the skull. It is a soft jelly-like substance, and it controls the whole of our body. The spinal cord starts from the lower portion, the lower part of the brain, and is a long tail. It looks like a long tail and continues till where? It continues till the hip bone. Okay, till the hip bone. And then we are having the nerves. The nerves branch out from where? The nerves branch out from the spinal cord. It looks exactly like a tree. The spinal cord is the tree trunk and the nerves coming out from the spinal cord, and it connects where? It is spread all over the body, connecting every body part to the brain and the spinal cord. Okay? So children, I will stop here for today. In our next class, I will be telling you how the nerves take the information, passes on the information from the brain to the other parts of the body, and from the other parts of the body to the spinal cord and the brain. Okay, and how each and everything is maintained by the, each and every function of our body is maintained by the nervous system. So thank you children. Have a great day. I have also sent you the learning objectives and the important words of the chapter. So in your next class, you must come learning all the spellings of the important words. Okay? The spellings of the important words must be learnt in your next class. Okay children? So thank you and have a great day.